Hey guys, Iceman here. So look what I have recently attained. Are you surprised? It's a Godzilla figure. This one is by Neca. In fact, I think it's one of the last, if not the last, Neca Godzilla because unfortunately they lost the license to the product. Well, look at this guy. So he's in scale with the other ones. Okay? He's about 6 inches tall or whatnot. I mean, like I said, the head moves around, the neck moves around. In fact, it's odd because this one actually spins all the way around. I don't recall my other one's doing that. The mouth opens and closes. Is there a tilt? A very minor tilt to the head, as you can see. It'll have to do. That'll do, pick. That'll do. So I found this in the used market on that Offer Up appy. Little appy. It's a bit loose. So, I don't know. I wonder if maybe I should have bought a new one. Because I would like to use this to make stop motion film. I want to have him fight Kong, for example. Now, I didn't realize this, but I mean, this Kong is huge compared to him. It'll have to do. It'll have to do. So let me get some close-ups on this guy. Looks like my battery's about to die, so I have to change it, in fact. What I really like about this guy is the coloration to him. He looks just like a poster that I actually have. So let me post that poster right here. You see that? Yeah, I really like this poster. I actually have it in my office. And it's cool. Just so menacing, and he's destructive. And, you know, there's a sort of charm to it. It's like, it's not all that dark, you know what I mean? It's like kind of animated and funny. To the correct, to certain perspectives. But yeah, look at this guy. This guy is awesome. And he has a good amount of articulation on him, so let me showcase some of that. But the color on it is just, it's hard to beat that in my opinion. And let me show you what he looks like next to like the 2014 one, for example, which is very, very bland. Primarily why I wanted to buy the 2019 one, because the 2014 one is just so damn bland. Let me show you. So here he is next to the 2014 one. Now, originally when the 2014 film came out, I just thought this Godzilla was pretty cool looking. I was like, well, this is like the modern Godzilla. You know, why would you ever want to go back and watch these silly ones with the guy in the costume and all that this one portrays? And I kind of learned from that since then. I mean, it's not all about the realism, you know? Like, these ones are so classic. The old school Godzillas, they're super cheesy. And I think that's part of the allure of them. It's how cheesy and maybe dumb looking they are, even. Like, this is a guy in a suit. And of course, when they decided to, like, remake Godzilla, as the American studio did, the legendary studio in 2014. They were trying to go with a more realistic approach, right? Something more believable, like what would a giant, like nuclear monster, whatever, actually look like when we don't have to resort to having a guy in a suit being him, but how is it still going to somewhat resemble Godzilla? And this is what they came up with. Which I thought, like I said, I thought was cool at the time. I mean, I like the dorsal plates, just how sharp they are. Even though this one, they're not very big. You know, it's somewhat disappointing. And yeah, y'all gonna think I'm crazy because I have another one. This one, I think, is a healthy medium. See this one? It's based on the King of the Monsters one. The dorsal fins are much more prominent. They're larger. A lot more coloration to him. He's not nearly as bland, but yeah, I'll probably showcase this one in a future video. But this here, man, this is like the classic Godzilla. In fact, I think they used this one for the 1956 poster because Godzilla, the film, came out in Japan. Of course, it was made in Japan in 1954. All right, just some interesting post-World War II timing, right? A giant nuclear monster and all that. What is Godzilla thrives on nuclear power? Isn't that kind of how it goes? So there's that whole lore to him. And it actually didn't have like an American release or anything until 2 years later. I think it was 1956 is what this is. In 1956, they kind of made an Americanized version of it, which is the one that most of us have access to. And to my understanding, the original 1954 Godzilla wasn't like U.S. released until 2004 or something like that. But I really liked the American take on it because it puts you in someone's perspective. He's like an American who travels to Japan, and he witnesses the catastrophe of Godzilla. It's kind of what that film's about, to my memory. So it really kind of puts you in a good kind of third-person view of everything. And yeah, I thought they did a pretty good job, actually. Like, the actor was a good actor. And they used a lot of the old footage, obviously, and all, like, to my understanding, all the Godzilla scenes at the least. And they might have added a few things. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a 1956 Godzilla, but that's what this one is made after. It's made after that poster. But what do you guys think about that? And then Godzilla, of course, has many different iterations. Like, here's one from 2000. Oh, excuse me. This one's from 2000s or something. He's from Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah. All Out Monsters Attack or something like that is what the film's called. Yeah, I think that's what this one is. I can't remember if this is a 90s film or what. It's like 90s or early 2000s, all right? I know that. So different iterations. You know, there's all sorts of different iterations of Godzilla. And then there was that cheesy one, like this one right here, this Zilla. This was the first American take at Godzilla, and it's kind of mocked because this Godzilla was known to be really weak and small. Like, he wasn't taller than any of the buildings and things like that. He was chased by helicopters and just he would run away from the military and it hurt him and all that. He wasn't like the Godzilla that we're kind of familiar with, where he's quite invulnerable to the ways of man. Then this one is like some Final Wars Godzilla or something right here, where they had all sorts of other kaiju in it. This one's a Bandai figure, but next to no articulation, just the head, the arms, and the legs, all just one pivoting point on each. Whereas these Neca ones just have so much articulation, you know? Look at that. Look at that. You get the mouth. And okay, this guy, this used market one, unfortunately, the tail's really loose, but it has a few different points of articulation. You see that? And then the feet, of course, they go round and round. At the knee as well, and at the thigh. And it's not on a little ratchet joint. It's just a nice, smooth. This one's smooth too. Yeah, I found that interesting. This is made by the same manufacturer. This one's on like a ratchet joint right there. See? Yeah, it's odd. I don't know. What do you guys think about this Godzilla, though? I kind of like standing him up like this. Let me show you. See his feet, like his feet spread out. Look at that. It's kind of a cool pose. So I'm gonna make a couple Godzilla shorts. All right, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, unfortunately, this Kong is so damn big. Apparently, I did need the SH Monster Arts Kong because he's more in scale. But whatever. I guess he'll have to fight a giant Kong. Yes, that'll be what the stop motion will be about. It's some uber Kong. Look at how massive Kong is. I almost think it's fitting, though, because Godzilla is like invincible, and Kong doesn't really have that crap going on. And Godzilla has atomic breath, you know? So if anything, Kong should probably be a little bigger. Even though Kong has a ton of upper body strength, but isn't it kind of like debatable? Isn't Godzilla like invincible or something? And like next to nothing can kill him. No brute force. So shouldn't Kong be a little bigger, if anything? But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. But yeah, more videos to come. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace be with you.